Hello everyone, Phil from PC Games Zen here. I'm joined by Jordan.
Hello.
We're going to be playing EVE Online for the first time ever. How are you feeling about that?
Pretty good.
I say playing. What's happened is we've already played. We're going to relay our experiences as a beginner to you, probably as another beginner, because EVE has just gone free to play for the first time in its history. And we're going to be sort of doing a beginner's guide as beginners. It'll make sense, I promise. So at the moment we're choosing not really the race, but the faction, I think.
I don't know what the difference is, to be honest.
That's the thing with being a beginner, isn't it? But there are four, all sound like fairly bad people. Like there isn't really, it doesn't seem to be like a good guy, does there?
Yeah.
But you were drawn to the Minmatar.
I was, because they look like cool kids from the early noughties.
Yeah, as we'll see in a minute, they sport some mean mohawks, and it's quite easy to make them look like video game protagonists from the Matrix / New Metal era. Up to you, of course, whoever you choose. But basically what we'll be doing is a 3-part series of sort of Let's Plays, sort of guides, in which we sort of go through the very early hours of EVE, relay our experiences to you, and take away some of that intimidating quality that the game has. There are some early noughties video game protagonists.
In all their great glory. I mean, they all look, the middle two especially look like they're from Tony Hawk, any of the games.
And they are the Sebiesto.
Why an Italian accent?
I was going for Russian. It does sound quite...
Okay. No, cool.
It's got a fearsomely detailed character creator. You start off with this sort of... Who does he look like? It's sort of Voldemort, and it's sort of... One of his eyes is just that little bit off.
He's haunting in every possible way. He's very pale as well.
Yeah, we spent quite a long time adjusting the pectorals and etc. And I think we arrived at a pretty serviceable new metal frontman, didn't we?
We did.
He's got a lot of body modifications on him.
The thing is, I can't figure out where this all comes in, because so far we haven't seen him outside of a spaceship.
That was the thing, yeah. We spent I think 20 minutes it was in total creating a character, and then our avatar was just sort of invisible and within a spaceship. I assume it will come into play later on once we get out of the spaceship again. But for now, it's just about creating the sort of douchiest, most 90s new metal person we can. So we did dally with the mohawk. We decided probably the cornrows were the way to go. You went a bit mad here with the sort of rattiness of him.
He's especially ratty. The thing is, you can't tell what the races are particularly meant to be like, or what they're meant to resemble, but I presume the Minmatar are ratty.
Okay.
If you're a Minmatar, I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's probably quite offensive to Minmatar. I wouldn't have thought many of them look like this, because that jawline. There's something sort of unknowably horrific about this man, particularly the wraparound shades that we eventually arrive at. Those are really bad.
Those are especially awful.
That's
70s KGB kind of vibe.
Yeah, it's the way that the little pads on the glasses have to be about 5 centimeters long, because his nose is maybe 50 centimeters long.
There we go. Look at that.
It's a hell of a character creator, though, isn't it? For a space game.
Yeah, it's a bit like Fallout 4's. You just pull the different bits.
Yeah, very user friendly. There's one more style of wraparound shade to try. I think that's the one we arrive at, isn't it?
Oh yeah,
because you can see that smug grin that he has.
I think you've got some pale eyes to implement. Maybe a couple. Black hair, jet black hair.
Some body mods. I think the crowning glory is that lip stud in the middle of a soul patch. That really makes me quite nervous.
Yeah, it's definitely not hygienic.
No. Oh.
Yeah.
All sorts of things trapped in there.
Ooh.
What else have we gone for? We opted against the shirt, didn't we?
Yeah.
Or any sort of base layer, and have kept him topless. He's quite proud of his physique, this character, we assume. And I think we did go for some face tattoos as well, for optimum douchiness.
Oh yeah.
You can make him look quite a lot like the Crow if you're so inclined. I think we went sticking with the sort of disturbed frontman vibe. I think we went for a few more lines on the face. Yeah, that was the one.
That was the one.
So that's the character that we're taking into space / every late 90s video game protagonist ever. There's a nice little sort of selfie mode that you can adopt just before starting the game. And there we are in space.
Here is space.
It's
popping in quite badly.
Yeah, there's a lot of pop-in happens here.
Come in, all survivors. Tracking an active training corvette. What is your status? Recruit. Wake up and respond.
So this is a very approachable tutorial, which was a relief, to be honest, because initially, before all the stuff popped in, I thought we were just going to be in space and it was just going to tell us to get on with it. But
I might have preferred that to this lady, because she's quite intolerable.
Yeah, you didn't get on with her very well.
No.
We need to figure this situation out.
What we have to do here, using the sort of the fundamentals of ship navigation, is go from piece to piece of wreckage, picking up survivors and looting them. There's a little bit of space combat to look forward to, a few space booms, but it's actually all quite straightforward, isn't it? The only problem we face, because we're playing on a 4K screen, is that the UI, before we scaled it up, was absolutely minuscule. And so when it told us press the sort of stop ship button, what it was referring to was an area of the screen that was maybe 4 pixels big.
I mean, the little menu at the bottom in the middle, there's like 8 or 9 buttons there.
Yeah, each of them accounting for maybe 1% of the screen space. So you can scale the UI up a bit, and if you're playing at 4K, I'd highly recommend it. You can only go up as far as 150%. Might even be worth going higher than that. Maybe there's a mod that will allow you to do that in 4K.
But we're not going into that, because we're not that helpful.
Here we are trying to figure out how to move the ship.
To orbit the view around your ship.
That's me nailing that.
Absolutely nailed it. Before Aurora could even... Is she called Aurora?
No, just Aura.
Aura. Maybe Aurora's her second name.
Functions. According to my logs, a Titan-type capital ship in your fleet was destroyed. It would be useful to locate that ship's wreckage and start navigating towards it. A Titan should be the biggest shipwreck that you will be able to find. To set a course for your ship, double-click your mouse's left button anywhere in space.
So moving around is as easy as that, which is nice. I don't know whether there's a Newtonian physics model underpinning it all, as there is in Elite Dangerous, but it doesn't seem that way, does it?
No, I mean, I really did struggle to crash.
Yeah, you gave it your best shot though, didn't you?
Oh yeah.
A few times, as you'll see.
To stop your ship, you should click the highlighted stop button.
I think you got a bit of anxiety about stopping, as I remember.
It was terrifying.
I think you expected that you would crash and die, and your character, who I think we called Scyther in the end,
yeah.
Your character would sort of be irreparably lost into the vacuum of space. But that's not the case. You just sort of bounce off things.
Yeah, it's the No Man's Sky kind of style of crashing, as in you can't.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's the case once you've completed the tutorial,
but for this stage, it was all quite friendly for Eve, because the sort of perception I have as an Eve beginner is that all I really know about it is the stories of million-player battles and the economy being endlessly complex, and I don't understand how you could play that. But this is like recognisable as a video game, isn't it? Which is reassuring at this stage. And here we are, sort of. I think this is when you're struggling to stop, and
actually open up the menu,
pressing a few menus, hoping that one of them is stop. It's actually just down there. Yeah, we found it. We've stopped.
What in the name? Are you serious? My logs are saying you haven't even graduated from the Academy Flight School yet.
And I think this is where the relationship between you and Commander Vidari starts to deteriorate, isn't it?
I think she just has some wildly fluctuating opinions of me.
Yeah, it's not so long before she's lavishing praise on you for clicking on 2 ships, isn't it?
It would be a nightmare for the Republic.
I'm not sure she's got the level head required for fleet command, personally, but there we go.
Captain, I have received faint signals from 3 survivors. To help determine the location of the signal, You should use the look and approach functions of your ship to get closer.
So it's baby steps really at this point. We're really just learning how to move around, how to loot things.
Transfer everything from their cargo hold to your own. Move your mouse pointer over the wreckage and hold down the left mouse button.
And I'm not sure why, but it sort of reminds me of Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic.
I've never played that.
Yeah. Obviously it's in space, but you're not manning a spacecraft or anything. I think there's just something about the UI and the fact that something's exploded very early on that reminds me a little bit of Knights of the Old Republic. I don't know, but I enjoyed that on a personal level. Space looks lovely as well, doesn't it?
It does.
For a game that came out, I think it was 1976 when they first launched EVE Online.
That's not true.
It's really aged like a fine wine, and it's quite hard to make space look nice because it's black and white dots, isn't it?
But they throw in some nice colours on
yeah, well,
games, don't they?
that's the trickery, isn't it?
Some auroras and some borealises.
Yeah, both working in harmony.
I'm going to have some major stopping anxiety here.
It's got some good brakes on it, this one. I think we actually end up coming to a stop quite some distance away from where we need to be.
Which is fine, because you can loot it from
Yeah, we're still in looting distance. I wasn't sure whether like a thing would pop out of our Corvette and a survivor would physically walk on, but I suppose that would be a bit fiddly. So we've looted that survivor. That's our ship's inventory screen there. We have that one survivor.
All button. I'm receiving signals that indicate the next survivor is located in the highlighted wreckage.
Exactly behind us. Exactly where we just came from.
To transfer the next survivor to your ship, you should repeat the same steps as before.
So some busy work basically at the start.
Yeah, I think that's what's required. I don't think we were ready for anything more than this at this stage.
Oh no.
Open cargo to view the contents and then press the Loot All button.
I was still a bit nervous. I think this is what's needed, this sort of sedentary pace. Although there is a bit of mild peril to come. Are they called the Drifters?
Yes.
The Drifters are about to show up and they want to mess stuff up.
They're not good. They're not good guys.
No, I don't know whether the Drifters are sort of universal enemies or if they've got some particular beef with the Minmatar, or perhaps just you, because of the way you wear your sunglasses and the cut of your jib. But they're about to show up, and there's going to be some space battles, sure.
Well, this is a standout survivor. This is a scientist. I don't know what that means in the grand scheme of things, but it felt pretty good.
Yeah, and you nailed it. You just went straight over to that ship, clicked on the corresponding button, and then the scientist became part of your crew. So, can't fault you on that one. That's gone just as the game wanted. There we go.
You should now transfer the last survivors to your ship.
I think I'm panicking here just before I crash.
Yeah, I think you've left that a bit. Oh, but are you going to crash? I think you're going to crash, yeah. Oh,
see, that's the nice friendly tutorial for you. That'll just turn you away, no problem, and you can still loot it.
Captain, I am Professor Tannen from the Sisters of Eve research team. Thank you for saving my life.
I like that all human beings are essentially just cargo.
Thousands were killed.
Even an esteemed scientist. She's just a tradable commodity.
What, to Scyther?
To Scyther, that's all he cares about.
And not for good. I believe the Drifters want those survivors for invasive information extraction.
Invasive information extraction.
Is classified and of great value to the Empire, but since my survival depends on you, I am entrusting you with this.
Recruit, I thought you'd be a cloud of hot gas by now, and instead here you are holding on to my top research scientist.
How would you have become a cloud of hot gas by now? Do you know what I mean? She's quite dismissive and at the same time holds a very low threshold for being impressed.
She also expects quite a lot of me.
Yeah, as does the scientist who's known you for 10 seconds.
Unfortunately, the Drifters will want to carve your ship open. grab
Yeah.
anyone still alive and take them to their hive. We'd want
Hives.
thousands in the
How space-like is that?
You end up in one. You can forget about seeing your tribe again. You should get moving, but there's a problem. You
There's always a
probably didn't
problem.
realize the drifters have deployed some kind of warp bubble around your location.
I think that's what that nice effect is.
Fortunately, they're not magicians, and the field generator is close by.
It's some really good dialogue, this.
And get the hell out of there.
So, fortunately, that's just a matter of clicking on a thing.
You can see what your
There we
ship's
go.
scanners are picking up around you.
No, it's right there. How
There's
did
the
we not notice
generator.
that? Should have seen that.
Yeah, we should really.
On the generator, hold down your left mouse button on the generator.
How did you find this?
Lock target.
Pretty easy, actually.
I could sense your competency level increasing at a fairly sharp rate as we were going through this.
It is all just...
While in
Well, it's exactly what they're saying. You hold down the left mouse button.
This enables you to move while firing, making it difficult for your enemy's weapon systems to
Definitely can't crash here either.
Yeah, and we did give it our best shot
Yeah.
trying to crash against this one.
mouse button to open the
See, never mind about that.
I'm not sure that is a Newtonian physics model at work there, actually, when you look at it.
I do like if you've sent your ship to go after this thing, it will just go to and fro.
Imagine Commander Vidari looking at us through whatever sort of remote camera she has and just seeing our ship just bashing into this generator time and time again, just after she's told us that it's very dangerous and that we should blow it up.
It doesn't.
It's the this was the curse of the tiny radial menu. So we found that button there at 6 o'clock was the corresponding button. That's your afterburners.
Oh yeah, primary weapon is top left of that
Yeah,
little triangle.
just above the afterburners, just to the left, just
Oh,
down a bit.
Yeah.
This is what I had when I was. We've done a Civ Let's Play series on Civ 6, which I sort of played retrospectively and VO'd afterwards, and it's very frustrating to watch yourself play after the fact, isn't it?
I hate myself retrospectively.
So yeah, I think this is probably the point at which you got stuck.
Yeah. It's just finding the right button. So you need to orbit the
Yeah,
ship
I think
first,
we we
and
were
then
trying to
fire
orbit.
at it.
You are
Whereas I sort
in
of just
optimal position.
flew next to it for a
I
bit.
suggest you fire your primary weapon.
That would be a great idea right now.
Once you've clicked orbit, though, you do genuinely just orbit it.
Yeah,
you don't have
you're
to worry about
auto-orbiting.
anything.
So just figuring out where that button is.
We've already covered this, but yeah, retrospectively, I'm still clueless.
Oh, so close. The afterburner's got another little look in there. Just a little bit to the right there.
It's very graceful,
I
isn't
think
it?
that's your throttle speed there that you just hovered over. There's your primaries.
See, I thought there'd be a lot of like aiming at things, but it turns out you have automated guns
It's a
that
bit
just
more automated than that, isn't it? Yeah. Although who knows further down the line what we're capable of. Scythe is
You
capable
should
of
now
anything.
stop your ship.
There we go. Boom. Boom.
almost.
Wait a minute.
No, I don't. Oh, there we go.
Boom. Yeah, I mean they've got to get the explosions looking nice, really, and they have done, I think.
I think there's like another. Is there another 2 of those?
There are more. No, I think there is a couple of. This is where the drifters show up, and we've got to take on some actual.
Oh yeah, we take an absolute pounding here. Don't we?
Yeah, which is a good job. Our Corvette is so strong, because for a while I think we just end up hovering in space while something just fires endless rockets at us, and we just laugh it off.
I think that the whole I hadn't stopped. That's why this game's freaking out.
Side removed, but it's not over yet.
There we go.
See that the drifters deployed a second warp bubble. They must be very eager to add you to their trophy cabinet. Looks like you have to... Oh, wait. Okay. You'll have to pause that, recruit. You're about to get a chance to prove you have a place with us, defending the tribes. You have a drifter seeker on grid, just dropped out of warp, and you need to take it out. Aura, our recruit needs...
Yeah, it's a bit frustrating that she's telling us this while that Drifter Seeker is just absolutely nailing us with its weapons. So, we start orbiting it,
Now it's time to engage your weapons. Captain.
still taking absolute pounding. That's straight into the cockpit, that one. And are we about to engage the weapons?
I feel like I'm hovering over. No, I'm not. Not yet.
You're sort of in orbit of it.
I'm in orbit though. That's the main thing. Definitely
There we
get
go.
yourself in orbit.
Weapons. There we go.
Wonder if you can upgrade those later.
I'm sure you can. I'd imagine there's a great deal of customization to be had.
Don't forget to stop your ship.
Oh, it's just like a one-hit kill.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I mean, our ship is great. I don't know why you would need to
For a rookie, you're quite
to upgrade it, to be
Yeah.
honest.
I mean, those Titan ships have just fallen
the
apart.
kind of
So,
combat experience the Republic needs you to have if you want to keep the tribe safe. All right, on to the backup warp disrupt. Oh, what? Wait. The drifters are very serious about getting hold of you, recruit.
Oh,
The
what?
Seeker just walked in. Probably part of their search for survivors. You just got a chance to double your kill count. Show it what happens to those who attack the Minmatar people.
I mean, 3 minutes ago, she had written us off.
She had, and now
Captain, let's see.
we're her favourite person.
It's time
But Scyther has that effect on people, doesn't he?
fire your
He's
weapons.
a very charming
When you
person.
have defeated the Seeker, you should stop your ship.
He's as charismatic as he is full of piercings.
Another helpful tip, if you don't stop your ship immediately after you've completed something, you won't get the next instruction.
It's quite adamant that you need to stop your ship.
You have
after.
to stop your ship, seriously. Stop the ship.
I'm not sure what we did there.
I probably clicked on something.
Yeah, I think you clicked on the thing that wasn't the primary weapon down there. Again, just taking an absolute barrage of massive rocket fire straight to the front of our cockpit.
Does make me quite fearful of what combat's like outside of this lovely friendly tutorial.
Yeah, if you were up against someone who knew what they were doing and didn't have a ship that fell apart when you sneezed on it, I think we'd have been in trouble at this point.
But this is friendly, Eve, so no worries.
Yeah, it is friendly, isn't it, at this point? Okay, here we go. We've engaged the weapons. We've taken our time. But we did engage the weapons.
So balletic.
And any minute now.
Fuck, I'm still looking for them. Yeah, they're shooting.
All the while, they're just raining down on us.
Captain,
There we go.
you can explore the
It's
Seeker's
satisfying, isn't it,
facility
watching them
after your
gradually
flight.
turn to a blue
Move your mouse
cloud.
over the wreckage and hold down the left mouse button. A radial menu will appear. Select Open Cargo to view the contents, and then click the Loot All button.
I didn't do that bit, but we did it earlier, so it's fine.
Yeah, I think something happens
You might be a
that
good warrior yet, recruit.
disturbs
So
us at
I'll
this
clue you in
point.
on some strategic intel.
Yeah, there we go.
Long-range sensors have tracked a squadron of drifter battleships, and they're heading for your location. I don't care how good you are with that autocannon. You can't take on drifter battleships in a Corvette. They'll crush you. You need to destroy that secondary warp disruption generator.
It's quite charming, isn't it?
If you're quick and lucky, you won't get interrupted by any more of those damned Seekers.
Okay, so I think maybe we do get interrupted by more of those damn sequels, don't we?
No. This is definitely the warp moment.
Oh, okay.
I think we get stopped a couple of times because we have to avoid space wreckage and things.
Right. Oh, so we've got to blow up this other generator, just like that.
To reach the generator faster, you should activate the highlighted Afterburner module.
Yeah, there we go.
This module enables
You were hovering over that for
capacity
a while beforehand, weren't you? You couldn't wait to use the afterburner.
generator faster.
Look at those afterburny things.
Generator, you should lock target.
Yeah, I'm not sure you have activated the afterburners yet, though.
It looks like I have.
I think you need to actually
I remember
you need
saying that
to
when playing it, though.
lock to the target, though. I don't think that's the target.
There's going to be some looking around the spaceship for a while now.
This is the problem with space, of course. Is yeah, it is possible to get lost. Here we go. We've done that, and then we lock to the target. Yeah.
There we go.
After locking target on the generator, you should orbit.
Okay. And orbit. Yes.
Activate your primary weapon to destroy the generator.
It's all really quite self-explanatory.
It's simple enough, isn't it, at this stage? But I wonder what lurks beneath this friendly introduction. Because this isn't what people spend hundreds and hundreds of hours doing, just blowing up one-hit kill spacecraft and generators and being endlessly congratulated for it.
Just, generally being fine.
Yeah.
Fine in space.
The Drifter battleship squadron has warped in very close to your location. By destroying the warp disruption generator, you've removed the bubble that prevented you leaving the site. The tribes will gain nothing
Visibly,
from you trying to take
that bubble is
control.
gone.
Space looks prettier now.
Yeah.
Need those survivors for debriefing.
Good music.
And I'd like to congratulate you on this rescue in person one day. So your orders are to report to headquarters now.
Now.
Okay.
Captain, your
Always
ship
going
is
to tell us how
fitted
to
with
do
a
it.
warp drive, which is capable of bending space and time in order to efficiently displace you toward your destination.
Right, those are the bad guys over there.
Overridden the ship's
Yeah, there's quite a few of them.
full access to the
It's a
drive.
good job we do have that warp drive.
Find your HQ highlighted in the overview.
Yeah,
Hold down your left mouse button
Yeah.
and select Dock on the radial menu.
sure.
You do not want to face these giant drifter ships by yourself.
See, here I'm looking for the dock
Yeah,
bit, but it doesn't appear to get actually close to it.
I think we need to warp closer
Yeah.
to it. So do we approach?
Some great music coming up here, though.
Yeah,
Warp drive active.
there we go.
There we
Okay,
go.
so we warp towards it. And then we get what looks like a Destiny loading screen. And then we almost hit a planet. A passing enormous planet. for a
And a
minute.
space station.
Yeah. Which is nice.
But the game stops you from really doing that. I wonder. Yeah, again, I wonder if this is the case in the actual
In the
full
full
game.
fat game, yeah.
Here we go. Do some nice avoiding.
Graceful. Oh,
Yeah,
very,
there we
very
go.
graceful. I think we thought this was where we were supposed to go initially, but it was just a sort of bit of space building in the way. Whereas that's the thing that we need.
Bloody huge, isn't it?
Yeah. I think it would be fun to just, once you're away from the constraints of the tutorial, it would be fun to just explore a bit of space and see what's between the big space stations and things. Maybe there is just a load of floating wreckage and who knows.
I want missions.
I think there are missions. Yeah, I think
I
it
want
caters
a
for
big
that.
mission,
Yeah.
a
Yeah,
quest.
Oof. Just cleared that. And there we are. That's what we need to get to. Docking is pretty simple, isn't it? I think it's
Yeah.
just another radial menu thing. There we go.
Easy.
Docked. Space Pro.
And then you get some wonderful Blade Runner scenes coming up. So
Yeah, it's beautiful in here, isn't it?
Welcome to the home of the Minmatar Academy. Plenty of legendary capsuleers have started here and gone on to strike fear into the enemies of the Republic. Recruit, it turns out the Sisters of Eve research team had pinned down the exact location of the Drifter Hive. We are
That's some impressive architecture in there.
information, but your actions have also drawn the attention of Republic Fleet Command. Due to your efforts, the Tribal Council has spoken, and the Republic Fleet is starting to mobilize a force for a major counterattack. You've
Based on that,
exceeded my expectations.
that is no way to run a war, is it?
we are very important people.
Crikey.
The Minmatar Republic has awarded you a cash bonus. Of course, money isn't everything.
It
I
is.
have to say your kudos has risen high. I've also put in a word with Command, and I've been given direct authority to accelerate your Capsuleer training. I need you to be part of this counterattack, Recruit.
Captain, bonus payments.
How bad must the other pilots be that was so impressive? Right, we're stopping everything. We need to launch an attack with this guy heading it up because he is brilliant.
I am honoured. I feel honoured.
Only a fraction of pilots endure it. An accelerated process is going to be very challenging.
So we've got an advanced tutorial by the sounds of it yet to come, but this is where we leave it for now. Join us again for parts 2 and 3 where we'll dive into a bit more depth in EVE Online. So far it's been pretty plain sailing, almost literally. Yeah, if you enjoyed the video then please subscribe for more. Make sure you don't miss out on any others. Let us know what you thought about our ace space skills in the comments below. Give us a thumbs up if you enjoyed it or a thumbs down if you didn't. We'll catch you next time.